Can you move location?
Sure thing, man. Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
The man scares me. I'm a man. Laughter. I need to make peace. I was accused. Between. You are generous. Sinister. More to the history. You are optimistic. I'm upset. Four. Hung. He's over there. He doesn't like you. Purple hair. You are authentic. Ahead.
In streets alive with color, in markets dense with memory. This is not the Singapore of postcards and luxury towers. This is a journey into the heart of Little India.
Beloved children of the sun, I greet you now in this sacred hour from the heart of Mount Shasta, this crystalline throne of light, to deliver a message
Sitting.
including love, fire, and truth. We are all coming closer and closer to what we in the angelic realm have long foreseen, a singularity event, also known as the
I was executed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My name is Francis. Bottom. Murder. Star. I'm in my 20s.
Throughout history, there have been people who have committed some of the most heinous crimes fathomable. For those crimes, they have been convicted and sentenced to death. Welcome to Death Row Executions, where we take a look into the lives of society's worst offenders. And now, your host, Ed.
I don't feel guilt in the sense that if I had done something wrong.
Walk forward.
Describing the aquatic crossroads, connecting the two most populous regions on
Ouch! It's a cavity. Don't have to be touching your teeth.
Aquatic crossroads, connecting the two most populous regions on Earth. This small nation, lacking any significant natural resources or fertile land, has become an economic colossus, transforming this once remote island from mangrove to metropolis. The story of Singapore begins when a prince from the Srivijaya Empire took refuge on the island after a particularly bad storm. While hunting, he spotted a lion, which he took as a good omen and decided to build a city there, calling it Lion City, or Singapore. The pre-existing trading settlement of Temasek on the island was incorporated into the Kingdom of Singapore. Over the next 100 years, Singapore would become a prosperous trading city with strong kings. They developed strong trading ties with the Mongol Yuan dynasty in China. However, both the growing Majapahit Empire, based on the island of Java in the south, and the Kingdom of Ayutthaya in the north, both claimed the city as their own, and would both lay siege to Singapore. In 1398, it would be burnt to the ground. The last Raja of the Kingdom of Singapore would escape to the north and found the Malacca Sultanate, converting from Hinduism to Islam. As a bustling international trading hub, Malacca emerged as a center for Islamic learning, dissemination, and encouraged the development of the Malay language, literature, culture, and arts. Malay became the lingua franca for the maritime Southeast Asia during this period, and the old
They found my body.
was revitalized. This golden age came to an end when the Portuguese arrived and conquered Malacca. The Sultan's son would flee to Sumatra and found the Johor Sultanate, which Singapore was part of. In 1613, the Portuguese would burn the city to its foundations yet again, and the city was completely depopulated and would fall into obscurity for more than 200 years. During the Napoleonic Wars, the British were able to challenge the Dutch for supremacy in the region. It was then that Stamford Raffles established the trading post and port of Singapore. The son of a British sea captain, he joined the East India Company at the age of 14 as an office boy. By the age of 24, he had learned the local languages in and around Malaya and was promoted to governor of Java at the age of 30. There, he outlawed slavery in the former Dutch colony and encouraged private property ownership. In 1819, he entered into a contract with the Sultan of Johor for the sale of the island of Singapore to the East India Trading Company for the sum of 60,000 Spanish reales. In 1826, Singapore would be joined together with Malacca and Penang to form the Straits Settlements. The unprecedented free market policies that Raffles implemented attracted massive amounts of maritime traffic and migrants. In his first 5 years, the island's population increased from 1 to 10,000, and over 100,000 in its first 50 years. There was no import tax, income tax, or corporate tax.
Battle.
Opium, prostitution, and alcohol consumption were a few of the only things taxed in this remarkable city. Raffles saw these as stifling the city's productivity and morals. This changed in 1867, when Singapore became a crown colony of the British Empire. The city received a facelift. Public buildings, modernized police force, and institutions were established. Organized crime, which had thrived in the city beforehand, was brought to an end. In 1869, the Suez Canal was completed in Egypt, cutting 5,000 miles off the voyage to the Far East. Singapore again saw a massive rise in traffic, immigration, and profits. Approximately three-quarters
Hey,
of the
over
immigrants
here.
coming to the city during this period were Chinese, followed by Indian and Malay newcomers. When the last Chinese emperor was deposed in 1912 and a nationalistic republic was established, much of the Chinese population in Singapore was empowered by nationalistic and republican ideals, cutting off their pigtails that they viewed as a symbol of their subservience to Chinese imperial rule. Mobs of young men roamed the streets, cutting off the pigtails of any who had not done so already. The political awakening did not take root with the Chinese elite of Singapore, however. Known as the Straits Chinese, many had been there for many generations and spoke Malay as a first language and considered themselves closer to Great Britain than to China. This would change after the 3.5-year Japanese occupation during World War II. Singapore felt abandoned by the British, and Britain seemed inadequate to deal with the high unemployment and other problems that plagued Singapore. In 1959, Singapore would become an independent colony within the British Empire, electing Lee Kuan Yew as the nation's first prime minister. In 1960, gaining a reputation for low corruption,
Careful.
How do we make ourselves at home in a global world? Who do we become if we leave our homes behind to settle in a foreign place? The artworks in this exhibition are nearly 100 years old, but they still speak to issues that matter to us in today's world.
Pains in my chest.
On the loggia of St. Peter's Basilica, we see the cross, the crucifix being brought out, and Pope Francis making an appearance on the loggia.
activity.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona Pasqua.
Dear brothers and sisters, happy Easter.
Quindi il maestro delle cerimonie di leggere il messaggio.
Planning.
Cristo è risorto, alleluia.
Christ is risen,
Oggi nella Chiesa
Alleluia.
finalmente risuona l'alleluia.
Today, at last, the singing of the Alleluia is heard once more in the church, passing from mouth to mouth, from heart to heart, and this makes the people of God throughout the world shed tears of joy.
Dal sepolcro vuoto di Gerusalemme giunge fino a noi
From the empty tomb in Jerusalem, we hear unexpected good news. Jesus, who was crucified, is not here. He has risen. Jesus is not in the tomb. He is alive.
L'amore ha vinto l'odio. La luce ha vinto le tenebre. La verità ha vinto la menzogna. Il perdono ha vinto.
Love has triumphed over hatred, light over darkness, and truth over falsehood. Forgiveness has triumphed over
Outdoors.
revenge. Evil has not disappeared from history. It will remain until the end. But it will no longer have the upper hand. It no longer has power over those who accept the grace of this day.
Voi che siete nel dolore e nell'angoscia. Il vostro grido silenzioso è stato ascoltato.
Sisters and brothers, especially those of you experiencing pain and sorrow, your silent cry has been heard, and your tears have been counted.
Cari fratelli,
That was me. Stream. I'm over here.
Pope Francis has arrived in Singapore for a 3-day visit. It is the last stop of his 4-nation tour of the Asia Pacific and the first visit to the country for the 87-year-old head of the Catholic Church. It is also only the second by a pope since John Paul II's 5-hour-long stop way back in 1986. Sherlyn Xiao with more.
A dance by children from different races. This was Pope Francis's first glimpse into Singapore's social fabric. At Changi Airport's VIP complex, Culture, Community and Youth Minister Edwin Tong was the first to shake hands with the Pope, as well as Singapore's non-resident ambassador to the Vatican, Janet Ang. Representatives from the Foreign Affairs Ministry and Archdiocese were also present, led by Archbishop William Goh.
And lots of excitement outside the airport as thousands of volunteers gather to welcome the Pope in his first ever visit to Singapore. The excitement is palpable in the air, and all these volunteers have come from various Catholic parishes all across the island.
After waiting nearly an hour in sun and rain, the anticipated moment arrived. The Pope rode down the path, greeting followers who were waving Singapore and Vatican flags.
Intelligent.
It's an experience many say will remain in their hearts for a long time.
I feel so blessed. Sister, what do you feel?
Very blessed because it's a historic, Pope's historic visit to Singapore. I'm so excited to come here, but I never thought we can see him this distance. I feel like I'm so blessed right now, and I'm so happy.
It's just like a miracle. It'll never happen, this kind of miracle again in my whole life. Yeah, it was the best day ever. I love Pope. We all love Pope. We're all in one together. Yeah, thank you, Singapore. Thank you, Pope Francisco. Yeah, we love you. God bless you. Viva, viva, papa!
The Pope's next stop was St. Francis Xavier Retreat Center for a private meeting. Dozens lined the streets of the residential neighborhood, and not even pouring rain could stop them, young and old eager to catch a glimpse of the Pope.
We are very, very blessed and very happy to have this opportunity to actually see him in the flesh, because the only other time would be probably to travel all the way to the Vatican. Is it worth it? Yes.
I'm not a Catholic. I just wanted to get a glimpse of this moment whereby when the Pope comes, he's a beacon, actually his hope from peace, and how he does his diplomatic duties as a...
Yes.
Investigate.
So much.
Police have launched a manhunt for 2 unidentified men who fired 5 shots at a man outside Sekolah Kebangsaan Sungai Nyor on Tuesday evening. In a statement on Wednesday, Penang Deputy Police Chief Deputy Commissioner
Corruption. Planning. Veered. Mason. Terror. Real. Canon. They buried me over there.
Newton's first law of motion, also known as the law of inertia, it states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion at a constant velocity unless acted upon by a net external force.
Today, the government announced new economic measures aimed at boosting small businesses.
Help me.
Today, the government announced
Evelyn. It's very nasty here.
Hello. Hello.
Kitchen.
Hello, who are you?
They hung me.
Hello, who are you? Hello, who are you?
Float. Pull.
Hello, love you, do I know you? Hello, love you, do I know you?
Hello, who are you? Do I know you?
We. You are patient. Brave.
Are you cooking? 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 I smell food. Are you cooking? I smell food. Are you cooking? I smell food.
Are you staying?